All right, we're going to go ahead and do our next example, which is identifying equivalent expressions. So the problem that we're going to look through is 15x plus 35 equivalent to 5 times the quantity 3x plus 7. And I want to explain our reasoning. All right, so we have two options here. We can either use the distributive property, and we can distribute 5 into 5 times the quantity 3x plus 7, or we can use the 15x plus 35, and we can factor out 5, since 5 is what was factored out of the other example. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and actually do both, so you can see that we can actually use either one to determine if they're equivalent. Remember, you need to know what equivalent means. Equivalent, we talked about yesterday, means equal to. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and start with our 15 x plus 35. And I'm going to go ahead and factor out 5. And I'm going to do that using the happy birthday factoring. So I'm going to take the expression 15x plus 35, and I'm going to make it into my birthday cake. It's the first layer. And I'm going to factor out 5, so I'm actually going to divide all the terms by 5. 5 is going to go out in front of the layer. And I take 15x and divide it by 5. Keeping in mind, it's really just using the numbers. 15 divided by 5 is 3. And because x was next to it, x is going to stay with the 3, so it's 3x. I have an addition sign, so I bring up the addition sign. And 35 divided by 5 is 7. 3x plus 7 is what goes in parentheses. And the term on the side of my birthday cake goes up and goes out in front of the parentheses. So I have 5 times the quantity 3x plus 7. Based off of this, you'll notice, are the two expressions equivalent? And yes, they are, because they are the same. Okay? 5 times the quantity 3x plus 7 is written the exact same way. Now the other way that I could have done it was I could have taken 5 times the quantity 3x plus 7, and I could have distributed it, like we did yesterday. To distribute, remember, 5 goes to the 3x, and 5 is multiplied by the 7. So I really have 5 times 3x plus 5 times 7. Okay, 5 times 3x I can simplify to 15x, plus 5 times 7 is 35. And if you'll notice, 15x plus 35 is the exact same thing that we started with over here, 15x plus 35. So, to answer this question, are these expressions equivalent? Yes. The expressions are equivalent. And they are equivalent because the distributive property or the distributive prop of 5 times the quantity 3x plus 7 is 15x plus 35. You also could say, if you factored 5 from 15x plus 35, it would be 5 times the quantity 3x plus 7. Either way, it's showing that the two expressions are equivalent.